Hey y'all, so I know I have been promising this video for forever about talking about study tips. I just finished my online biochem final, which I studied my tush off for about a week and it almost killed me, but I survived the final, made a B+ in the class, very happy. And then that weekend I had 2 psych finals back to back and for my summer psych classes. And then I've been sick this week, so just now getting this video to you. Sorry it's coming late, but I wanted to give you my top 3 tips that I use when I study, and as a reward I figured I'd do a giveaway, so I'm gonna do that at the end. But I wanted to say firstly that whenever you're in school, whether it's college, medical school, law school, any type of school, you need to figure out what type of studying works best for you, and this can take years to figure out. So try different things and see what helps. I used to think that reading and highlighting really was my cup of tea, and figured out that I wasn't retaining the information that way. I love a good highlighter, it's pretty, but it just wasn't sinking in just from reading and highlighting alone. I'm not a very visual person, so if I sit in a lecture hall, I can get very sidetracked and can't focus, and I just don't learn best that way. It does help me to get introduced to the topics, but for me to retain them, I'm not very visual. If you are visual and you're studying for the MCAT, check out Khan Academy. It's amazing. I do use it as a supplement. But for me, I retain things best when they're written down. For some reason, the act of hearing and writing or reading it and then copying it really sinks it in. And I can have somewhat of a photographic memory and see it in my head when I write down, especially when I use different colors. So that's my first tip, is write it down. You'd be surprised how many people this is their best way of studying. This is my biochem notebook. I use the entire notebook for the biochem class. This is my favorite type of notebook, by the way, is the Queerless. It's UELRIUS, sorry. They're about $15 on Amazon, and they're great paper quality, and I like the different colors for the subjects, except for when it's biochem and you use the whole entire notebook for just biochem. But basically for my notes, what I did is, it was an online class, but we had PowerPoints, so I would go to the PowerPoints and would legitimately just copy the PowerPoints. I would draw the diagrams, I would label them, I would write my notes. I use very bright, fun colors. 1, it makes it prettier, and 2, for some reason in my brain, when I'm trying to imagine the term and the definition, or imagine what it is I'm looking, it helps me if it's in different colors, because I can remember, oh yeah, that was red, what was written in red. And it just helps it to sink in my brain. And if it makes it more fun, you're more likely to remember it. So write it down. Get a good notebook, get some colorful pens. I like the Staedtlers. I like Paper Mate Inkjoy gel pens. Most of this is Paper Mate Flares, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they worked. It worked. And just make it fun. Do what works best for you. I just would copy the PowerPoints for this class. Some classes I do outline style. Some classes it literally looks like a book. It all depends on what type of class it is, but if there's PowerPoint available for your class, don't just print it out. Copy it. You will remember it better. And usually what's in PowerPoint is what you need to be studying. So my second thing is flashcards. I know everybody knows about these. These are a savior when studying. These were what I used mostly for the final, for biochem. And what I typically do with this, I don't write a whole lot. I know some of these look kind of long, but I do terms, I do formulas, and I do practice questions. And I either do practice questions that they give you, or I write my own. That helps too, coming up with my own questions of what could they possibly ask about what enzyme is regulated, or what pathway it is. Pathways are good ones for flashcards too. Also, I do these in different colors, mainly just for fun, and I will go through these over and over and over and over again, and then the day before the test or the day of the test, is when I start putting them in piles of what I know, what I don't know, and start narrowing it down. But until that point, I go through every single one of them repetitive. For me, repetition really helps remembering and studying. Repetition is great. And lastly, this is a new thing that I just did for biochem, and I'm obsessed. It is the wipe book. So this, I don't know if you can see it, there you go. This one, I got the spiral bound, and this is the graph paper. And it is basically a whiteboard notebook. Seriously, amazing. I know that most of my pre-meds out there know all about the whiteboard. And I used to use a big chunky whiteboard, and this is so much better because it's a notebook and it's small. So basically what I would do with this is again, writing things. I would do things like pathways, like the TCA cycle, where you need to know each step, each substrate, each enzyme, diagrams, things that are drawn out, labeling things. And I would write it out with not dry erase markers, with corrective markers, because the corrective markers don't wipe off easily. So it would stay on there until I'm ready to wipe it off. The Stadler ones are the ones that I used. And I would write all the pathways that I should know, everything that I should know in this notebook. And then I would study it, and then I'd erase it, and I'd do it again. Or the cool part with the corrective pens, because they don't just wipe off easily, is I would erase certain parts of it. So if I drew the TCA cycle, I might erase just the enzymes and then go through and label them. Or I might erase just the substrates, or basically things like that. Like I would draw the whole diagram and then erase certain parts of it and fill it in. And I used to, back in my old school days, is I would take Post-its, flags, or sticky notes, and I cut them up, and I would cover, like if you had an anatomy coloring book or you had a textbook diagram or picture, let's say it's the heart, I would put Post-its and cover up all the labels, and then I'd photocopy that, and then I could photocopy it over and over and over again. And then I had worksheets where I could label them to study. This, I draw it once, I erase what I want, I can do it over again. So this is amazing. The other thing that I'm planning on using this white book for with school is I hate carrying around a ton of notebooks. It's aggravating. So what I want to use this for, again, because writing is how I learn, is take this to class. Let's say it's Monday. Take notes for all of my classes in this one book, and you know, maybe use it for the whole week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because it's got 25 pages. And then at the end of the week, copy them into the notebook for the specific class, erase this, and then next Monday I've got a clean notebook. And that way I'm only carrying one notebook to school, fill it all up, and then I'm copying it, and the repetitiveness of copying it will help me remember that. So those are my 3 tips if you are a writing-based learner, which I am. And honestly, a lot of people that I talk to are too. So I think it might just be a general thing. So try it out if you haven't before. Write out your notes, see if you remember it better. And really just find what works for you. Pick a subject, study something 3 different ways: visual, writing, reading, and then quiz yourself on it. And I mean, you know, take 3 different subjects, do it 3 different ways, and quiz yourself and see how you learn best. And then stick with it, because that's what, once you find your technique, stick with it. So those are my 3 tips: is colorful notes, whiteboard for redoing things over and over again, and flashcards for quizzing yourself. So since I took forever to get this video out and I want to do something nice for y'all, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I have a wipe book, just like the one I just showed, except this is only 4 pages, and this one is ruled like a regular notebook. And again, it's the whiteboard material. So you got, this is the inside cover. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, ruled white book. And I am going to give this to one of y'all. So, to qualify, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, Bless Her Health, and comment on the video of your best studying tip. So, subscribe and comment, And say a week from today, so next Friday, I will choose a winner and send this your way so you can try out a whiteboard notebook. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Good luck with all your studying. Sorry, my cat knocked over my camera. Good luck for all your studying and enjoy your summer. Bye.